Even though it's downright bone-chilling cold here today, down the road, Rebel, we can see warmer weather ahead, and that's when you start doing stuff to your house.
Crocus is blooming next month.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Wow. Isn't it, Jason?
Yeah, that's that's hard to believe.
Hard to
I've
believe
never seen a March. I've never seen
who to the what?
Crocus. That's your little bitty. My wife gets severe depression in the wintertime. She absolutely despises winter.
Right.
Well, not like clinical, like, you know, but I mean, like, she hates winter.
Right.
It's not because of you.
No.
To be clear.
No, that's right.
She will admit.
Right.
Yeah.
25 years on the catch, I'm telling you. Ask my wife.
Right.
All right, and they come up and they make you feel better.
The who?
They do.
The crocus.
Little flower.
Yeah, the crocus. They're a little flower,
flowers.
little Dutch flower.
Like even when there's snow on the ground.
Yeah, they'll come up through the snow. When the ground temperature starts to warm up.
That makes people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people also get excited.
That's always your first excitement, and then you know
crocus. I thought you were talking about a bug or something.
Or a band.
Or the band.
Yeah.
Who does the what? But people also get excited about making plans. Maybe they can't do anything right now, but they want to be doing some great
now
things.
is a great time to start planning for if you're wanting to have your house sided or roofed or what have you. You know, when you're looking at doing the exterior, even though when it's really cold, we're not working outside most days during the winter time. It is warm enough that we can work at least a pretty good chunk of the day. And then right now we are working. I've got 3 crews running full time right now doing siding alone. But we're booked out about almost 2 months right now. So if you're thinking about doing it spring, and a lot of people they want to do it before the flowers bloom, you know, they've got flowers, landscaping around, they want to do it, they need to be thinking about it really fast.
Get it scheduled.
Right. Otherwise, you're going to have guys trampling in the flower beds and stuff. And, you know, we do everything we can to protect those flowers, but you know, it's like I tell people, you're going to walk back and forth along that path 1,000 times.
Right, makes sense. But when you are thinking about doing something to your house, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So give us some examples this morning.
I brought some pictures.
Okay.
I've got some octagon windows right off the bat I wanted to show because it is such a contrast between the way we do it and the way
because octagon windows can be tricky.
I was going to say, is it because it's a specialty window?
Well, you know, it's kind of like algebra and people are like, yuck. You know, it's cool, you know.
You got to figure the angles.
I didn't know there'd be math.
Yeah, exactly, or geometry or what have you there, you know. But there's a picture of a window that's not been done properly.
Okay, that looks like I did it.
Why?
Yeah. Well, you can see the J. You can see the J has been gapped, and the problem is with that's letting water in behind, which is going to rot the wall out, and it's just tacky.
Okay, for someone who doesn't know what the heck they're looking at, what are you talking about?
Well, there, when you see that's ours there, that's actually that window redone. You can see the metalwork's been put around the window. You can see how all the metalwork and the polymer siding around it has been mitered, so you can see nice. It looks just tight fit.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it's overlapped. Even though you can't see it from here on the backside, that's all overlapped. So water sheds around it just like water going off of a roof.
So that's before. So you're seeing some gaps, some holes.
Especially on the lower portions there, yeah.
Okay. And where you really got to watch that kind of stuff we were talking just before we come on air here about the Home and Garden Show, and not that one particular, but those type of shows. And you get a lot of people out of state, and they hire off a Craigslist, and they come in and they take and they sell. That's what they do. They come in and they sell, and then they'll get on Craigslist and they hire just anybody that's down there looking for work. And I can tell you, the A teams aren't never looking for work. You know, and so you get the B team or the C team or the D team, and that's how you end up with that kind of work on your house. You know,
and do you have to go out very often and fix something that has been done like that?
Regularly. And you know what's a shame is when you go out to fix something like that, you know, I can't charge enough to make money. Because you're going to send out a guy in a van, and for me to charge enough to make money at something like that, you're going to think I'm just ripping you off. You know, when you start figuring how much that man cost and his insurance and the vehicle and the insurance, and you know, you start figuring all that in. Where when you go out and you do it from the scratch, now it's that money is amortized over the whole project, and so it's done right. You know, and so when you go out and you do those little things like that, it can be really expensive, even though we're not really making money at it.
Right.
You know,
so something to keep in mind. Do it right the first time.
Do it right the first time. Watch your people. You know, vet them. You know, when you go to those shows, you can find great people at those shows. I'm not saying there's not good people there, but well, we don't do them, so I wouldn't say great people. But, but you know, you can find good people at the shows. But what I'm saying is check references, see what they've done in the past. You know, talk to some people, ask how the experience went, do your due diligence, because because it's your responsibility, you know. And
And
so
you're going to be spending a good chunk of money
Right.
on a major
Absolutely.
project.
Just because you got a great
Absolutely.
deal doesn't mean you're going to get a great
Speaking
job.
of which, right now, through the end of February, we're running 30% off. And like I said, I run a promotion. I haven't done it for 3 years, and I only run it when I see my workload catching up, and I need to get my guys busy. And so we are running 30% off right now on our siding projects. And so even though we're booked out, that seems like a long time, but it's really not. You know,
It's gonna
6
be here
8 weeks
before you know it.
exactly. And so that we're going to run that promotion through February, and then that promotion will stop.
Now,
so,
say somebody's thinking about redoing the siding on their house, and they have X number of square feet. You guys, because you guys figure all that out, they don't have to do any of the figuring it out. You'll
Right,
stop out and do all that for nothing. But what if somebody wants to see what the project could look like? Do you have an area where they
Absolutely.
can go check it out?
we've got tons of. There's hardly a neighborhood I don't have work in.
Really?
Yeah, and then if you go to my Facebook page, All American Exteriors, Rebels All American Exteriors Facebook page, if you go through and look at the pictures, we have a whole slew of before and afters, and there's tons of people that's weighed in on how their projects has went and that kind of thing, and I just use it as an open forum. Also, I don't know if you've heard of Kudzu, but that's one of a very large place that people go to rate how their services went with contractors, and Rebels All American Exterior took #1 out of over 10,000 competitors nationwide.
Really?
Yeah, we took first place nationwide for 2014
Wow, I've never
for
heard
the
of that.
most amount of people going to that website and saying we loved what they did. They were professional. They cleaned up. They did everything they said. I mean, there's just so many. If ever I'm feeling down, I like go read my referral because
That's a good thing to do.
It's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And it's a good thing, like you said, do your research, something you can go check out for
Exactly.
yourself. Now, we had a couple more pictures of siding up on the screen. Are those jobs that you performed?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely, absolutely. And those two pictures, one of the reasons I brought those in is because they show massive carpentry work that was done on one, and the other shows where we built a stoop and done some things.
But this one, you can tell.
Yeah, that's the before.
You
And,
can see the porch leaning and the roof.
and then let's see here when we kick. You can
Okay.
see everything straightened up. We've got a stoop built on the side. They had 5 contractors come out. We weren't the most expensive, and we were the only one that would actually insulate the walls, and we built the stoop and stuff. And the reason is I have carpenters on staff, you know, and
That can
so
do that.
yeah, so I'm not just hiring somebody on Craigslist that says I can do siding. So when we need to do something like that, we can do it.
So you
you
don't
go.
need to subcontract that because you have somebody right there.
Onto that.
right,
Yep,
Perfect. Now, if
exactly.
they want to get a hold of you, the easiest way to get a hold of you, what's the best way?
Easiest way, 515-255-4872, which is all for USA, or rebel@allamericanforyou.com.
There
And
you
you
go.
answer the emails.
Yep, absolutely.
Perfect.
Do
Well,
your research and take advantage of that 30% off done at the end of the
Absolutely.
month.
That is absolutely the best price you'll get this year.
Okay.
And Kudzu, that's the site you want people to go check out?
Yeah, well, there's actually 47 sites we've found referrals on.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
A lot of people have opinions out there, don't they?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they do.
Well, good job. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
and
Rebel.
Get
Thank
you
you.
all booked up here. It is 8:52. We'll be right back. This is